Here we are getting started with day 15 of our kitchen remodel. The first priorities of the day here were to get the refrigerator back in the room and get the toilet back in on the attached bathroom. My wife had been up in Northern California for the past week or week and a half with our two little daughters, and she was going to return the next day. And so she had actually hired some cleaners to come in and clean up the area in the dining room and living room. We had done our best during this project to seal off everything during the demolition. We had plastic sheeting up, and we're constantly running the vacuum, but anytime you do a big remodel project like this, it's inevitable that you're going to end up getting some mess out in the rest of the house. So there was sort of a fine white dust in the dining area and the living room, and so we had a cleaning crew that was going to come by in a little bit. So we're just sort of trying to do a little rough cleaning out in the dining area and get everything ready for that crew to come in. So here you see we've brought in the refrigerator and put it back in its position. And here you see I'm just had to empty out the refrigerator so we could move it, and now we're just restocking it there. So yeah, the next thing was we had this toilet that's been outside for the last couple days that's attached in this little powder room, and so we got that cleaned up and brought back in. Here you see Neil reattaching it and putting the screws back in. Alright, so at this point we'd done some rough cleaning and we were ready to really get back to the kitchen remodel process. So here you can see in the background some cleaning people coming through and cleaning some stuff up. So here you see Neil getting started with these granite edge tiles. He set most of them the night before, but in this area there was a really tight clearance between the sliding drawers underneath, and so he wanted to shave off a little bit off these edge tiles that he was working on before he set them. Here I'm just doing the final attaching of this threshold piece. In this threshold piece is where the 1/4 inch water line is that we ran to go to the refrigerator. It goes from our reverse osmosis water filter to the fridge. And now I'm just doing the final trim work on the back side of this new passage that we opened up. This before was just a small doorway, and we opened it up fairly significantly horizontally and vertically to create more of this open space feeling between the dining room and the kitchen. So this is the final trim work I have to do on this area, and after I get this tacked in, I'll countersink these finish nails, do a little mudding in the countersink holes, and then just have to do some final paint work on this trim area to finish it up. So you can see Neil here is checking out the backsplash material here, and he is about to get started. Yep, here he goes on installing the backsplash. So this backsplash we found at Home Depot. It was one of the ones, they had some of it in stock, and we special ordered enough to fulfill the rest of this job. The tones of it are mostly warmer tones, warmer brownish tones that closely match the cabinets, but there's also some medium gray tones that sort of were a good match with the counter tiles as well. So we really liked this. It was a mix of some stone and some glass tiles, and the end product, especially when lit up with some of the lights we put in, looks really nice. So it's a nice backdrop. So here Neil is just attaching, this is some acrylic mastic he's using to attach these pieces in, and you see he's making lots of little custom cuts to go around the electrical sockets. And making quick work of this whole area. So around the edges of this backsplash area too, he's designed in, we're going to use some of this granite countertop material that he'll custom cut some 2-inch strips and do a little beveled edge on, and that will go around the outside of this whole backsplash area. and just sort of frame the backsplash area in. So here he's got the 2 outer sections of the backsplash done, and now he's going to work on the area around the windowsill. Also around the windowsill, the plan is on this inner area of the windowsill, we'll also have granite blue pearl tile, the same tile that we used on the countertops. So he'll be doing custom cuts for all that, and also beveling that whole area too. So here I've got, I'd been working on this trim area, and I painted this this whole passageway here at this point. So here Neil is progressing with the inside window trim. He's attaching a couple pieces of HardieBacker in this area. It's a cement board type material that's a good material to attach granite or marble or backsplash material to. So these areas around the cabinets, Neil's actually setting the backsplash material so it actually slides in slightly behind the cabinets, and it creates a really nice look. So it looks like the backsplash continues as if it was put on the whole entire wall and the cabinets were put on top of it. So it's a really seamless transition between the cabinets and the backsplash. Here it looks like I'm just doing some more touch-up paint on the trim for the passageway. You can see this blue tape at the back of the sink too. Neil transferred the positions of all of the holes for where we're going to drill through later for the sink faucet, and then the reverse osmosis spout, and then on the left side we got a little soap dispenser. So he'd put down that blue tape and marked exactly where those holes were going to be drilled later, which is a good smart thing to do, so you don't have to try to guess it later or try to look underneath to figure out where the holes are. So here Neil's changing gears a little bit, and I think it's just starting to get late, so we wanted to finish up any tile cuts before it got to be too late and would annoy the neighbors. So he wanted to make a couple tile cuts here before it got too late. And you can see here how our plan is shaping up for this lowered section. This cabinet over here is where the wine fridge will live. And then on top here, we went ahead and we have these 4 granite tiles. And then this edge trim also goes around the top of this area. So at this point you can really see it starting to come together, the overall look we were going for. Neil's just blocking out some of these these other granite pieces that he's already cut for the windowsill too, and just making sure that all the distances are good. Here I'm drinking down some orange juice. I think I went through this entire orange juice in about a day. I had been pretty sick here for the past 6 days on the project or so, with a flu bug, unfortunately. So that made things interesting. And yeah, Neil actually caught the flu bug right in the last day or so of the project, and I felt bad once he got home. He sounded pretty sick. So here Neil's just attaching some additional tape for some final edge granite pieces here that he's going to attach around the drop down bar area. And while he's doing that, I'm working on cabinets here. At this point I've got most of the cabinets finished up. I just have a couple more to put some pieces in. You see Neil showing some of these trick cuts that he did. So here you can see how our plan came together for this drop down area. And in this area later on we plan to put like little herb garden, some plants and herbs over in this area right near the window. And here Neil's just attaching these other final granite edge pieces. So he shaved off about a 1/16 of an inch off the bottom of some of these, just because the clearance was really tight between these sliding drawers in this area. The way IKEA's cabinets work is all of the doors and all the sliding drawers, they really have minimal clearance between the top of the cabinet and where the drawers come out or the doors open and close. So we built all this area up on top with the plywood and the mortar and the granite tiles, but we just had to make sure we have enough clearance. So here you saw I just dropped in the stove top. Starting to get a more finished look here. Starting to feel like a kitchen. Here Neil's making some final adjustments around these electrical outlets so we can fit the covers over them. And it's getting pretty late into the night here. I think it's probably 11 o'clock or so. I think I retired around now, and Neil's just finishing some work up. But I think that pretty much does it for this day. And yeah, on the next video we continue on with grouting, finishing up the backsplash and counter, and general work on the kitchen. Yeah, there you see just past midnight, and Neil's giving a little show around the room.